Hey guys, it's Johnny Crimson 2000 here, and I am going to do an extra video showing all the extras in Power Stone 2. So initially I did arcade mode, but now we're going to take a look at the other modes that Power Stone 2 has, beginning with one-on-one mode. And one-on-one mode is basically the same thing as arcade mode. The only difference really is that instead of going around fighting, you know, four-person free-for-alls, you're just doing it against one opponent. Really, besides that, that's pretty much it. There's really nothing different about the gameplay. So here I'm playing as Falcon. Falcon's kind of like the Ryu, I guess, of this game. He's a pilot. He's the one that pilots the plane at the ending that you guys saw in arcade mode. And I also wanted to take the time now in these extra videos, in these extra parts, to kind of show off levels that I didn't get the chance to play in when I was doing arcade mode in the first two parts of my Let's Play of Power Stone 2. So this level is really cool. It's actually probably my favorite one. You're in this facility, this high-tech facility, and you start off on ground level, and there's a conveyor belt on the left with the glass. You can actually break through the glass, and there's a bunch of items that appear. And as you guys saw right there, you have to catch the elevator or else you will get hurt. And I don't show it in this part, but there's a big surprise, let's just say, at the end, at the very top. But anyway, you stop halfway through and you're on the elevator, and you're given the chance to kind of roam around and stuff like that. And there's teleporters, but the platforms move all over the place. There's actually this big weight thing that can crush you on the corner there, if you guys can see it. So it can be pretty fun. It can get pretty hectic, but unfortunately I didn't get the chance to get to the top. At the top's actually an alien. Oh my god, an alien! Yeah, it's an alien, and you get to fight. It's almost like a mid-boss, but you can't beat it. And it's uber awesome. I really wish I could have, in retrospect, I probably should have taken the time to show it off. But here, I just wanted to show you guys going to the next level. It's the same level that I did in the first one. It's a samurai castle. You guys saw it. But, really just showing off that there's really nothing different. Instead of fighting against 3 opponents free-for-all, you only fight 1 opponent. But, there's no need to carry on. It's pretty much the same thing. You face the Pharaoh Walker, and you face the last boss. Nothing different. And here we go, we have Adventure Mode. Adventure Mode is a little different from Arcade Mode. Adventure Mode, how do I explain it? You choose your character. Here I picked Yame, who's kind of like a ninja girl, I guess. And you go around the same levels. It's the same format, as you guys can see. It's the same map. You go through the same, everything. You choose a level. You face an opponent, and it's still kind of like the same one-on-one opponent. So it's sort of like one-on-one again. The big difference is that the items that you collect, you kind of you get afterwards. At the end of it, you guys will see a list of all the items that I used, that I collected. When you use an item in adventure mode, it gets kind of put into your inventory, and I'll explain why that's useful later on. And you can also collect gold, which you guys will you saw right there. Whenever you hit the opponent, gold comes out, so you can collect it to use it in the item shop that I will be showing off later. But anyway, here is another level, a brand new level that you guys didn't see in arcade mode. This level takes place on top of submarines, and they're constantly going up and down. There's different ones. Each color kind of represents a different type of submarine. The yellow ones, as you guys will see, random times, you see right there the box that I just picked up. It's kind of like a big red button. If you throw that big red button and it hits an opponent, it kind of triggers the button, and the submarine will launch these big missiles that will hit you or anybody else, so you kind of have to plan it around. The big blue one, there's like a bunch of turrets, even that big turret at the top, and of course, just like the level where you're on top of the big airship, you can't get into the turret and shoot people with it. So it's really awesome. And here we get to kind of like the last part of the level. You hit an iceberg, and this is really just the last part. The ice is slippery, so it can kind of mess you up if you're not ready for that. If you have a bigger character, or I think if you're in Transformer, you can push the icebergs to kind of, you know, against your opponent. But here I was victorious, and right here the big difference in adventure mode is at the end you get this treasure chest and a bunch of gold comes out that you can collect, of course, to use in the item shop. And here's the list that I told you guys about. It just shows all the items that you've gotten, and you actually get items that you don't normally get, including cards, which again goes towards using in the item shop, and that I will use or I will explain later when I get to the item shop. But besides that, this is again showing that it's exactly the same as arcade mode, it's exactly the same as one-on-one. And I probably should cut this part out, but you know, I just wanted to show you guys that there's really no big difference. There's a very minor difference between the modes. And this is Pride. I just wanted to show him off briefly because I don't think I got the chance to show him off very well. He's a secret character, and I will be kind of explaining how to unlock them as we go along. But no reason to keep going. We already played this level anyway. And here we go. We're going on to original mode. Original mode is kind of like the multiplayer, you know, version of it, or not version of it, the big multiplayer mode. And here you can pick to choose any character you want, any characters you want to go up against, and choose any level that you want to play. So this is a good place, you know, this is like the party mode. This is the one where you get all your friends, but you know, of course, I didn't have any friends at the time, so I had to go with the computer. And here I'm showing off the secret levels that you can unlock. And extra stage 1, you're actually set in the item shop. And I didn't edit this, guys. The video didn't freeze. This is actually how long it takes to load. But yeah, the item shop, we'll see it in part 2 of the extra videos, but this is kind of like a sneak preview of it. It's a small level. The extra levels aren't, I'll be honest, they're not that great because they're not like the big, you know, like the other original levels where you transition from one place to the other, or there's no big surprises. They're basically just flat levels. You know, this one in particular is fairly small. It's not that big. There's a tree in the middle, that if that's worth anything, and there's a pole. But really nothing special. The way that you unlock the extra levels is that you have to beat the game with all the characters, including Pride and Mel. Pride and Mel being the 2 hidden characters that you unlock. The way that you unlock them, the first one you unlock is Pride. The way you unlock Pride is, and you know, Pride was the old man, that, you know, old version of Falcon. I think that's his dad. The way you unlock him is that you complete the game with all 8 of the original characters. So that's how you unlock him. Once you unlock him, if you beat the game with him, you unlock Mel. And Mel is actually the item shop keeper. We'll see her a little, see more of her later on. But yeah, this is, you know, there's not much to say. This is the extra stage. They're great to have, but I still prefer the original ones because they're more elaborate. But I won because I am awesome. And now here I'm going to show off the kind of like the multiplayer team battle mode. If you change the colors, and you can change it, if you change into, you know, whatever color you want, you can have 2-on-2 or 1-on-3, you know, 1-on-2-on-1, whatever you want. And this is Extra Stage 2. Extra Stage 2 is kind of weird. I don't know how they got this, but Extra Stage 2 is set on the city rooftop, kind of like in New York. The tricky part though is that there's, you know, you're on like, you know, beams or something like that, very small like bridge, and you are constantly, I'm not gonna lie guys, you're gonna fall a lot. Certainly the computer's gonna fall a lot if you're playing with them, and it's very hard to kind of land on those very small, very narrow walkways. But it's a nice little stage, I guess. But again, you know, kind of like the last level, there's not really much to it. This is it, you know, there's no, you know, King Kong doesn't come up and it's like an extra, you know, stage hazard like the alien is in the Alien level. You know, the buildings don't collapse and then, you know, nothing. It's just, this is it. So, you know, again, I like that they included extra levels. I just really wish that they could have been a little bit more elaborate the way that the original levels are. But, you know, I mean, it's there, I guess. And, yeah, there's not much to say. It's jazzy music and a New York sky level, I guess. But anyways, guys, that's part 1 of my extra, or I guess part 3, but part 1 of extra. I'll see you guys in part 4.